happy Sunday. I'm sorry this is so late and it's going to be short too because I'm having to re-edit my Tote Boys video. Apparently I cleared my throat right in the middle of it and said something like hot damn. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I don't know. I forgot for a second there I was recording audio or something. Anyway, I caught it when I went back and checked it again, so I'm having to redo the edit, and it's about done. So it's about 10:30 or so. I look like I'm on fire. It's just that this hoodie, I love this thing. It's so warm and soft, but it kind of lights you up like a lime flashlight. Flashlight, not flashlight. I said flashlight. I didn't really do much today. I did go to an exercise class, and I tried to modify everything so I wouldn't hurt my foot. I still ended up hurting my foot, and I'm really mad about it. I mean, it's not terrible. I've kind of stayed off it for the rest of the day because I didn't really have anything else to do, and it's rained all day. It's just nasty and cold out. I didn't want to go anywhere anyway, so I stayed here and finished up the last little bit of stuff I had to do for my taxes. I listed a bunch of stuff on eBay last night, and then I went through and did some more stuff today, and like I just spent the day doing a whole lot of nothing. I didn't really go anywhere except to one class, and that's all I did today. I slept obscenely late this morning just because I could, because I woke up and I thought, well, hell, I don't have anywhere to be. I just went back to sleep. I kept forcing myself to go back to sleep until I couldn't stand it anymore. It was great. It was wonderful. Other than that, nothing has changed since I talked to you yesterday as far as I know. Well, you know, I got back from the bin store yesterday, and my older son was here, and he was supposed to have to work, but then they called him and said they didn't need him. So he said, yeah, I got nothing to do. He said, I really want to go check out one of these bin stores. I said, well, you can go right now. And he wanted me to go with him. So I said, okay. So we went up there. Well, first we got there, and he said he needed to use the restroom. I said, they don't have a bathroom in there. Well, we had talked about going to this, there's a seafood place right in that same shopping center. It's called Tide's Inn, and it looks like it's been there for 1,000 years. It was there, you know, like before the shopping center was built or whatever. I mean, it looks like Greensboro just built up around this place. You could tell it's been there forever. And I said, I've heard they have really good food, and he loves seafood. I said, do you want to go get something to eat? Because it was around lunchtime, a little bit after lunch. And neither one of us had anything to eat. And he said, yeah, because I don't eat seafood or fish or anything like that. I just don't like it. And I've tried shrimp twice, and I broke out in a rash. So I didn't like it anyway. I didn't think it was good either time. I thought it was gross. I hated the smell, the texture, the appearance, the taste. Everything about it to me was gross. Anyway, I don't feel like I'm missing out. It's expensive as hell too, so I'm not really worried about it. Oh, my video finished. Hang on one second. Okay, there. So I had to go ahead and get it uploaded onto YouTube. I'm sitting in front of the heater. It's, you know, I hate it when it's, you know, the humidity's up because it's been raining all day. Because I feel so much colder. I feel like I just cannot get warm. And I stay that way all day. And I'm perfectly content to sit here in front of the heater working on my taxes or watching a movie or whatever. I'll just sit in front of the heater. I'll do it all day long and be just as happy as a clam. I don't need anything else. I don't need a thing. I am so happy just right where I am, right here on the floor. It doesn't take much, and I'm perfectly happy, and I'm fine with that. I do have to get a shower and get ready to bed because I have to actually get up at a decent hour in the morning. So my older son starts his last semester of school tomorrow. This is it. Wow. And he's not going to college, so this is it for school. He's looking around at full-time jobs, and he's just going to go to work after he graduates. So, you know, he doesn't even want to go to graduation. I couldn't believe it. It was just so, there were so many things that were so different when I was in high school. I mean, I think pretty much everybody went to graduation. But it was different back then. I don't think you didn't have to pay anything for your cap or gown, I don't think. Maybe we did. You know what? I think we did. because he said a lot of kids are just saying it's not even worth paying what they have to pay to go to graduation. I don't know if he's talking about like the cap and gown rental or what. He said, but not only that, he said a lot of kids just don't care. He said there are tons of kids that are not planning to go, and he said a lot of them just don't. They don't feel like it. It's like, I don't care. Just send me my diploma or whatever. I don't care. It's not important to me. He said nobody goes to prom. He said very few kids go to prom. I mean, some do. He would say over half of them don't care to go. They don't go to graduation. They don't do all that kind of stuff, and it's just weird to me because it was such a big part of high school, the experience. You know, of course, I went to a much smaller school in a small town. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Oh God, the high school I went to was so much smaller than the one he goes to. It is it's tiny compared to his high school. But I honestly liked going to a smaller school because you kind of get to know everybody better. And I mean, you know, it kind of sucks living in a small town because you have all the gossip and, you know, everybody's in your business. I really hate that. But I don't know, there's a more intimate atmosphere to it, to not go to a huge school. It just feels so impersonal, I would think. You know, because he said, yeah, I don't know most of the people in my class. I don't care. I don't want to sit through a graduation with these people. You know, it's going to take all day. I am not interested. So he said he's not going to graduation. He's not doing prom. He's not doing any of that. Okay. He said, I'm just ready to graduate and move on. I'm just ready to be done with this. And apparently that's pretty common. So it just makes me sad that so many kids feel that way. Of course, I'm sure there were kids who felt that way about high school when I was in school as well. I didn't feel that way. I loved high school. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, I was not like a popular kid or anything like that, but I don't care. I still enjoyed it. It was still a great time. And I have a lot of fond memories, and I made really good friends in high school, and I had some wonderful teachers. And my teachers were the ones who really encouraged me to go to college. If it weren't for them, I seriously doubt I would have gone to college if it hadn't been for them. Because they really gave me the confidence and, you know, made sure that I knew I could do it. Like, they made sure to tell me at every opportunity, you can do it. You can. You are smart enough. You absolutely can do it. You can do anything that you put your mind to, and don't let anybody tell you any different. Looking back, I think they realized, like, I was teetering on the edge. Like, I could go either way. And I had two teachers in particular that I'm so grateful for, because I think they are really the reason I went to college. And they literally changed my life. And I did get a chance after graduation to go back and tell them personally, thank you. You saved my life. You really did. It was very emotional getting to tell them that. So, and I'm still grateful to this day over 30 years later. So, yeah. A good teacher can make all the difference in a child's life. And we don't appreciate them enough. The really good ones like that, we don't. I do. I appreciate mine. I really do. But I don't know. I just feel sad for my son that he's just, I mean, he said, there's nothing to feel sad for, Mom. I'm fine. You know, I'm just ready to move on. I'm ready to be done with this. I'm ready to just move on. So it's just a different experience from what I had. I don't know that it's really necessarily better or worse. It's just different. So my video is uploading now. I'm just keeping an eye on it. I have a whole bunch of eBay stuff that I have to take up into the attic tomorrow. And I got a new mattress for my son. I got to get that. I'm getting that on his bed tomorrow. Get that all set up. It's one just like mine, except it's smaller. I think he's really going to like it a lot better than the one he has now. The one he has now sucks. I hate that thing. I've been meaning to get rid of it, and I finally just said, just do it. Just get a new one. Get rid of this one. Get him a better mattress. I think he's going to like it. It's really great. It's a 12-inch memory foam. Oh God, it is so nice. It doesn't get hot. I don't toss and turn on it. It is the best mattress. I found it on Amazon. It is so good, especially if you're a side sleeper, which I am. I mostly sleep on my side, and that's what I was looking for, was one that had good reviews for side sleepers. And this one has been great, and it wasn't expensive at all. it's gone up. I noticed when I was looking at the different sizes and prices, they have gone up since I bought this one. But when I got it, it wasn't even $300 for a queen size, and it's awesome. There's no box spring; it's just the mattress, and I'm fine with that. It doesn't really need a box spring. It's sitting on a frame, like a bed frame, which his will be too. So. Yeah, so we went to, I'm sorry, I was in the middle of telling you, we went to Tide's Inn Seafood Restaurant, and they had chicken there, so they had like these fried chicken strip things. I got that and some fries and oh Lord, the hush puppies were so good. They were shaped like onion rings, little rings. They were wonderful. The fries were good, everything was good, and they give you so much. They heap your plate up with food. We had leftovers that he ate tonight when he got home from work, and everything was good. He got whitefish, hush puppies, and fries, and he said it was really good. So it was a nice meal. It was very nice. We never go out to eat together. It was just him and me. My younger son had gone to the movies with a friend of his, so he wasn't here. He wouldn't have gone anyway. He really doesn't like going to restaurants. Every now and then he does. Like, he wanted to go have steak that one time, so we went to the steak. It was just him and me. It was just the two of us. We went to the steakhouse. It was really good. So we had a nice meal, and then we went over to the bin store. So I said, yeah, he needed to use the restroom. I said, well, let's just go to the restaurant. They have a restroom. You can go, and then we'll just eat, and then we'll go to the bin store. And I warned him in advance. I said, now, the bin store, I don't really think there's anything in there you would care about. Like, there's nothing great in there that I think you would like. Oh, I just want to see it. I don't know. There might be something. We weren't in there 5 minutes. He comes walking back up and said, yeah, we can go. There's nothing in here that I want. So we left. I didn't buy anything else. But, yeah, that was funny. It's like, I told you. He said, I just wanted to see the place. So we didn't buy anything. Anyway, I might go up there tomorrow. I think tomorrow is the $1 day. I bet they're busy. I'm kind of curious to see what I could get tomorrow for $1. What could I get up there for $1? I need to go to the store anyway, because I need to get a few more ingredients, because I'm going to make that cake for my dad. And I want to go ahead and make sure I have everything I need. Actually, I'm not exactly making the exact same cake. I found a different icing recipe, and it's more of like a fudge icing, and I'm going to make it. So it's not going to be the exact same cake, and the yellow cake is a slightly different recipe as well. I can't remember what's different about it. There's something different about it, and I was kind of curious to see what it tasted like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cake for my dad. I might try to... nah. I might skim a little bit of the... or I might cut a little sliver out of it. He won't give a shit. We might sample it here before it goes to my dad's. He won't care. He does not need a whole cake anyway. And that's the first thing he'd say. I don't need a whole cake. Take half of that back home. He'd tell me to keep half of it anyway. We might sample it here, because I was thinking we could skim a little bit off the top and do it in a separate pan. But nah, let's just go ahead and bake it. Or I could double the recipe or whatever, but I don't want to do that. We don't need that much cake. But I'm going to tell you something. That yellow cake, the chocolate icing that I made, that is, I think, the first thing I have ever made in a video that both of my kids loved. They were fighting over that cake. They have devoured the whole damn thing's gone. I did get a couple of pieces of it, but they ate the rest of it. They ate basically that whole damn cake. They said it was wonderful. My son said he definitely wants that for his birthday cake. I said no problem. But I'm going to try this new yellow cake and this new icing and let them try a little bit of that. We'll just cut a little bit, and we'll try it and see if they like it better. Because to me, the yellow cake was good, and it was interesting because it tasted even better the next day. The frosting, the icing, and the cake were both better the next day. It's like the flavors had time to get married or something, and it was just a little bit better. Yeah, it was good. But I kind of want to try this fudgy icing. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to try this slightly different yellow cake recipe. But I need a few more ingredients to do that. It will use up all of my butter, so I'm going to need to get more butter. I bought a whole extra pound of butter, but it's going to take all of that. I think it might actually be more than a pound. I think the yellow cake in this other recipe takes a little bit more than 2 sticks. It's like 2 1/3 sticks of butter or something. I don't know. Anyway, I will need to get another thingy of butter. And I need heavy cream. I also need some heavy cream for that recipe. My God, I was looking at Aldi the other day. A half gallon of heavy whipping cream was $4.59. Yikes. It calls for heavy whipping cream, but I may go look at Walmart or Harris Teeter and see if they have some, like, do you have something a little cheaper than $4.59? Holy shit. It's checking my video. It has to do checks. They take for fucking ever. It says it's got 6 minutes left. That's a dirty lie. Here lately, when it does checks on my videos, sometimes they can take 2 hours or more to run the checks and look for problems with your video. They take forever. And I don't want to publish it until the checks are done, just in case there's some problem with it. The one time I publish it early, there will be some problem. I don't need that hassle in my life. So, I'm sorry this is kind of short-ish. Not super short. I do have to get up in the morning. I gotta do some other, like, Sunday night stuff around here while that finishes up. I gotta get a shower and go through my schedule for this coming week, see what I'm doing. I kind of want to do a sandwich video, but I gotta find out when Glenda the Good Witch is available to take YouTube sandwiches. My kids hate YouTube sandwiches. They hate them. They don't like sandwiches with all that stuff on them. They eat very dry sandwiches. And they don't really eat that many sandwiches, not here. I mean, they might, if they're packing a lunch, they might make one, but they don't eat them here. They don't like mustard, mayonnaise, all that stuff on there. They eat them dry as a bone. So all those sandwiches are made for Glenda the Good Witch and his kids. But I don't know when would be a good time for me to do that for them. Plus, there for a while, it was really hard to do sandwich videos because a lot of the ingredients I needed were not available. Like, not consistently available. Either there was a shortage of lunch meat, or there was a shortage of cheese, or there was a shortage of bread, and it was just a pain in the ass, and I decided not to worry about it. Lunch meat was a real problem for a while. Like, you just could not get lunch meat around here for the longest time. It seems to be better now, but for a while, oh God, you couldn't get it. So what I do is, anyway, those videos take a lot of planning. I have to go shopping. I'll probably have to go to at least 2 different stores to get everything because I don't keep all that stuff here. We don't have a lot of that stuff here typically. And a lot of it is stuff that my kids won't eat, I won't eat. So I give a lot of the leftover stuff, all the cheese, all the lunch meat and stuff, I give it to him. So he gets all of it. But it takes a lot of behind the scenes planning to get that worked out. So I doubt it's going to happen this week, but I might check with him and see if there's a day next week that would be good for him. And having 3 teenage boys, I mean, they're always hungry, so they always get eaten up within like 2 days. They're all gone. So, and then they have the extra stuff to make, sandwiches or whatever with. So he really likes it when I do YouTube sandwiches, but I just haven't felt like doing it really. I haven't felt like doing it. And then I've had several people want me to do a neighborhood gossip video. I might have to do that. Yeah. That's another one of those things that people they will harass the shit out of you to do. Do this. Day 300 of me asking for this video. Why don't you do these videos anymore? Those are the only reasons I subscribed to you in the first place. So now you don't do them anymore. I'm just saying I'm disappointed. Blah. And then you do it and then it's crickets. You don't hear shit. You don't get one single thank you. Oh, finally, I've been waiting. No. You don't get nothing. All you get is they don't harass you for neighborhood gossip videos for a day or 2, but within a week, it's like, so when are you going to do another one of those? It's kind of like when your family, if you've ever been in a situation where your family harasses you to have a child, when are you ever going to have a baby? Like as soon as you get married. So when are you guys going to have a baby? And they harass you, and then you have a baby and they're quiet for like a month, and then it's like, so you gonna give them a sibling? Like, oh God, shut up. Stop it. But don't have too many, because then they'll comment on that. Why you having another baby? Good Lord, are you trying to create a basketball team or a football team? What are you doing? You know, can you just stop commenting on my children? For the love of God. Yeah. Good times. I know all about that. But see, you reach my age, they just shut up about it. But then they start asking you about grandchildren. Because most of my cousins are my age or a smidge older. I think damn near all of them are grandparents now. No shit. But they started early, man, like fruit flies. They started reproducing when they were like 16. So I waited until I was 31 to have my first child. And even by 31, some of them were grandparents. Like, oh shit, okay. I met a 28-year-old grandmother when I was a social worker. I did. She had a baby at 14, and her daughter had a baby at 13. And she was 28 when I met her and had a granddaughter. At that time, I was like 25 and, you know, not even thinking of children. Like, oh my God, you're 3 years older than me and you're a grandma. I mean, I didn't say that. I was like, damn. I'm doing the math going, my goodness. My goodness. Oh. Yes. So most of them actually are grandparents, except for me. Will you have any grandbabies? I certainly hope not. My children are 13 and 17. Let's not rush things. It's fine. I am in no hurry to be a grandma. Just stop. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. That just came out of nowhere. I just say whatever comes to mind. It's stream of consciousness. But it is Sunday night, and I do have to get ready. But, wow, what a weekend. It went by really fast. But today was gross. The weather was gross. It was cold and rainy all day. Gross, gross, gross. I kind of thought I would go out and, you know, like go to Goodwill or something, but it's just nasty out and my foot was bothering me, so I just stayed here in front of the heater and complained about nothing. So, but thank you so much for being here. I'm going to be quiet. Thank you so much for watching. I hope your weekend was good, and I hope your week coming up is fantastic. And I'll see you again soon.